There are many methods that you can solve the Sphinx riddles, but I've done my fair research as to facilitate a little bit more what is the fastest way to solve them, what is the easiest way, what is the best possible outcome that you are going to get by getting the Sphinx or all that kind of stuff. So first and foremost, the easiest way to get the Sphinx. A lot of people like to go from the checkpoint rest town, then you have to go through the Forgotten Battlefield, which is right here, and go through the World's End Cavern. The thing is that there's a couple of dungeons that you have to run through right here. In reality, you don't really need to traverse that much if you enter the Misty Matches from here. This is where you enter the Misty Matches from, and you ideally are going to exit from this place that I'm showing you right here. The campfire is just down there, so it is a little bit more straightforward if you follow this path that I am about to show you right now, because this is going to take you directly in front of the Sphinx, so you don't necessarily need to do any kind of dungeon. You don't have to fight cyclops, skeletons. Usually there's going to be harpies around here and there, which is very annoying. If you continue heading over that way, that will take you to the Forgotten Battlefields. But if you turn right here, and you follow this little path, this is going to take you directly into the Sphinx lair, which is very, very much convenient. As you can see right here, we have the campfire right here, and there's the Sphinx. So, the solution to the riddles. First and foremost, I'd advise that you place a pod crystal right here to teleport back to the Sphinx, because you are going to need to come back right here a little bit later on. But first we have the Riddle of Eyes. The Riddle of Eyes is very simple. The Sphinx is going to open this cavern right here, and it's going to request for an item. You can explore the cavern right there, but all you have to do is just get up here and gather the item from here, and that's going to be what is it that the Sphinx is requiring from you. Now, the second one is actually a little bit simpler, but it does comes with a trick as well. You have to offer your beloved, your most beloved one. Usually it is going to be your main pawn, or any pawn in reality, if you are doing your first playthrough, but the thing is that you are going to offer your most beloved. If you already have the maxed out affinity with some character, that is the one that it is going to be required. That is not to say that you cannot offer your main pawn, which in reality all you have to do is just get your pawn, you present it into the pedestal, and this is going to reward you with a port crystal. But if you have a loved one, and you present your pawn, you didn't bring your loved one, it is going to continue the quest, it is not going to affect anything. But if you do have a max affinity with someone and you offer your pawn, this is going to reward you only with a forgery of a port crystal, so have that in mind. The next one is going to be the Riddle of Wisdom, I believe. That's the one where you're going to need to offer the Sphinx parents. There's pawns that have names. Ideally here on the Riftstone of Fellowship, this is where you're going to find pawns that are going to be called the Sphinx parents, Sphinx fathers, Sphinx mother. This is what you need to offer to the Sphinx, similarly to the previous one that you presented. Now there's the Riftstone of Fellowship right here, and there's also, I believe, I might be mistaken, but there's the Riftstone of the Pattern right here, although this is a little bit more trickier to reach, so I wouldn't really bother myself that much. Just there's the Riftstone of Fellowship right here. It doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be Capcom made, it doesn't have to be like a player made, it just have to be a Sphinx parent, father, mother. That's the only thing that it needs to be. And then an interesting one, the Riddle of Conviction is going to ask for an item. Any item, it's okay, it doesn't really matter. You can offer any item that you have right here that you want. You can duplicate anything that you want to duplicate. But my advice is that you duplicate a port crystal, because port crystals are very useful at all times. And once you reach the New Game Plus, once you reach the Endgame, you're going to have like quite literally an endless amounts of fairy stones. So there's like not many, there's like 5 port crystals that you can get per playthrough. So my advice is that on this one, you offer that one. As for the final one, there really is no simple way to do it. You're going to have to find the first seeker item, the first seeker's token that you found. These are the seeker's tokens. You're going to find the first location where you found your first one, your very first one, so it cannot be helped. This is the trickiest one. This is the most annoying one of them all. Do not bother yourself if you can't remember. Maybe what my thinking is that it did take me quite a while, but my thinking is that this is where I found my first one, because this is the first starting area of the game. So this is where you might have found your first one as well. So this is something that you can be looking out for. But if you don't remember, then don't worry. Just go into New Game Plus if you really want the achievements, and then remember or mark the location where you recollect your first seeker's thing. So for the second location, it is going to be right here on the Frontier Shrine. There's 2 possible ways that you can get up here. You can get from Vatal right here. You can get up there from here, although this is a little bit of a climb. As you can see, you have to climb the waterfall. It takes quite some time, so it is not advisable. Otherwise, you can go to the checkpoint rest town, you exit the checkpoint rest town, and then you go immediately following this path. As soon as you get here, this path is going to be blocked by a rock. All you have to do is just destroy the rock, and that's it. It is very important as well. I can't stress enough how important it is. There's 2 things that you're going to need. You're going to need a couple of fairy stones, at least 2 fairy stones right here, and a port crystal. If you have more fairy stones, then that's ideal, but you're going to need a fairy stone right here. Now, the riddles right here, they are going to be randomized. Although the first one, as you can see right there, I have already solved the Riddle of Reunion. This is very important. You need to have this in mind, because depending on how many riddles are you going to solve, so let's just talk to her right here. This is one of the simplest, one of the difficult ones. The Riddle of Differentiation. The Riddle of Differentiation requires for you to bring someone. Now, a lot of people is going to tell you that it is better to carry a corpse, to use the vial that she gave you. In reality, it is not going to be that difficult. All you have to do is find the person. Now, for the Riddle of Differentiation, there's going to be 2 persons. There's Dante and there's Virgil. You have to have in mind the picture that she initially showed you, because Virgil is going to have some kind of hairstyle, and Dante is going to have a different kind of hairstyle. So Virgil, it's going to be, both of them are going to be on the checkpoint rest down, but Virgil is going to be down here, and Dante, it is going to be right here. The way to differentiate them is that Dante has a little bit of more straight hair, while Virgil has some kind of curly hair, and that's the way that you're going to differentiate them. So let's look for him. Like I said, in case you're looking for him, this is Dante. Ideally, he's going to be through this main street right here. This is Dante. As you can see, the hairstyle that he has is a little bit more straight. And on the Vathal side of everything, we have Virgil. Virgil is usually going to be walking around this path, and you can, he's going to go up there as well. Now, like I said, a lot of people is going to tell you to carry him, to kill him, to get him into the vial that you initially got on the first riddle, to carry his corpse and then use a wake stone as soon as you get him in front of the Sphinx. In reality, it is not that difficult. All you have to do is just carry him like this, and then you use your fairy stone. And as soon as you use your fairy stone, you're going to go to the Frontier Shrine, which is where you initially place the pot crystal, and immediately we're going to be right here. So all we have to do right now is just get Virgil right here. You get him in front of the pedestal, and then you talk to the Sphinx and tell her that this is your answer. Ideally, she's going to look at Virgil, if he is the character that she was looking for. And there's going to be a little bit of a comparison right here. It's also a nice idea to use resting at the inn in the event that you not get the right one, but as you can see right here, we do have the right one. We have Virgil right here, so there's that riddle right there. Then we have the Riddle of Contest. With the Riddle of Contest, you have to use the Ring of Derision that the Sphinx is going to give you, meaning that you are not going to be able to deal any damage. It doesn't really matter how powerful your class is. The thing that you have to do right here is just knock down whatever enemy that you're fighting against, and then you're going to drop him down right here, and that is the way that you're going to defeat the enemy. So it's simple as that, really. Now this is a tricky one. She's going to ask you how many riddles have you solved as of now, and then you have to use those little thingies to count how many riddles have you in fact solved. The thing is that one of the riddles is just getting here and finding the Sphinx, the one that gave you like 100,000 gold. So in reality, you just have to do math. You initially solved 5 riddles, then you head over to the chest that you have right here, and you count how many of them are open. I have 5, and then with this is a 6, 7, 8. It could be different depending on to you, but we're going to use these little statues right here. They don't have to be aligned perfectly, they just have to be right here in front of this Sphinx. So do not worry if they are not like in the perfect position. As you can see right here, I have a mess, and that might be a little bit of worrisome. You might be worried maybe this is not going to make contact enough, things like that. But I have solved 8 riddles, I have placed 8 statue, and yeah, she's going to recognize them. Like, they don't really have to be perfect, as you can see right here. You're going to receive the Unmaking Arrow for this one. This is a very much important item. As a matter of fact, if you want to kill the Sphinx, you're going to need a Archer vocation to do so. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So there's that indeed. But the Riddle of Futility, it requires for you to carry this vase. This vase is very fragile, and you have to carry this vase all the way to Back Bethel right here. And you can go through here and go down here, or like this, and so on and so forth. But in reality, we're not going to worry ourselves that much. We're not going to do such a thing. That is why we have our port crystals and our port crystals method. Now, the person that we're looking for this riddle is going to be right around here by the Mural Byway and Back Bethel. It's this guy right here. Although it is a little bit tricky because you can't really use the Reef Stone, the Fairy Stone, if there's like a ceiling above you. So you're going to have to carry this guy and then go to a position where you can actually use your Fairy Stone and head back to the Frontier Shrine. And once you get here, all you have to do is just get this guy close to the vase right there. Although be careful because he sometimes gets desperate around here, and then he's going to free from you. But there we go, it's simple as that. Now, if you really want to kill the Sphinx, you have to be very much careful. You don't have to fight with her. You don't really have to do anything with her. Just make sure that before you complete the final riddle, you are an Archer vocation. And make sure, this is very important, if you hit her on the face, she's going to run away. You're going to equip your Unmaking Arrow, which is an item that you got from one of these riddles, and you're going to make sure that you shoot her on the wing. You don't have to fight her. You don't have to weak her down. You don't have to do anything. Just make sure that final shot is on the wing. And that's going to kill her immediately. Anyways, if you like the content and like the super appreciate it. Not only today, you're a gorgeous and beautiful person. You're indeed a gorgeous and beautiful person. Have a lovely day, and goodbye.